Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to discuss about ecosystem. The term ecosystem was first coined by A.G. Tansley, an English botanist in 1935. An ecosystem is basically what? What is an ecosystem? Ecosystem is basically the complex of living organisms, their physical environment and all their interrelationships in a particular unit of space. We can say ecosystem is a structural and functional unit of ecology where living organisms interact with each other and with the surrounding environment. If we see the structure of ecosystem consists of biotic and abiotic factors. If we talk about biotic system or biotic factors includes what? Biotic comes from the word bio, means living. Biotic factors includes all living organisms which are categorized into producers, consumers and decomposers. Producers are basically the plants, the organisms which prepare their own food. As they prepare their own food, so we call them producers. Consumers are or living organisms which are not able to produce their own food. They are dependent on producers for food. Then comes your decomposers. Decomposers are those organisms which decomposes the dead bodies, organic matter and helps in nutrient recycling in the environment. We are going to see this slide in detail in the upcoming slides. When we talk about abiotic factor, abiotic, it means absence of life. Abio means absence of life. That means it includes all those factors which are non-living. It includes climatic factors, edaphic factors, topographic factors, etc. Coming to abiotic components. When we talk about abiotic components, we are basically talking about non-living components of an ecosystem in like minerals, climate, soil, water, sunlight, nutrients, etc. What is biotic component? Biotic component is basically the living component, that is living organisms that are present in an ecosystem. Based on nutrition, biotic components can be categorized into autotroph, heterotroph, saprotroph or decomposers. If we talk about producers includes all autotrophs such as plants. They are called as autotroph because they can produce their own food through photosynthesis. Consumers or heterotrophs are organisms that dependent on other organisms for food. Consumers are categorized into primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer and quaternary consumers. So if we talk about primary consumers, these are basically the herbivore organisms. The plants, the organisms which eat green plants. We call them primary consumers. They are also known as herbivores. Secondary consumers are dependent on these primary consumers for energy. They can either be carnivore or omnivores. Tertiary consumers are basically dependent on secondary consumers for food and can be carnivores or omnivores. Quaternary consumers are present in some food chains. These organisms prey on tertiary consumers for energy. They occupy the topmost level in the food chain and they have no natural predators. Decomposers include saprophytes such as fungi and bacteria. They directly thrive on the dead and decaying organic matter. Decomposers are essential for the ecosystem as they help in recycling nutrients. Or you can say decomposers are basically the microorganisms which act or which eat the dead and decaying organic matter and make the nutrients available to plants so that they can reuse and also thus promote nutrients recycling. Coming to the functions of the ecosystem. If we focus on the functions of ecosystem, basically it helps in the productivity. That means it refers to the rate of biomass productions. It also helps in energy flow. Energy flow, it is the sequential process through which energy flows from one organism to another. The energy captured from the sun flows from producers to consumers and then to decomposers and finally back to the environment. Decomposition, it is a process of breakdown of dead organic matter in which nutrients are released and thus helps in recycling of nutrients. It also helps in maintaining a balance in the ecosystem. Thus, If we focus on the functions of ecosystem, it regulates different life processes. The various components of an ecosystem are designed in a manner to support the life systems. It regulates various types of nutrient cycling. It maintains the balance of energy flow between various levels of the ecosystem. It also helps in nutrient recycling. Thus, this is a basic